we're here at the Sea Otter Classic. It's the day before my gravel race. So we thought today it might be interesting to give a rundown of what it looks like to do pre-race openers the day prior to a race. I think openers have a little bit of a art to them. I see a lot of people out there probably doing them a little too hard. The day before a race isn't the day to be hitting power numbers, so we just kind of wanted to go through, show the art of the opener workout, see what it's all about. So I think with openers, there's obviously, the main goal is just to get the body firing for the effort it's going to do the next day. Kind of waking up the different energy systems. So we'll start with like a 30 to 40 minute, just kind of zone 2, real easy cruise. Start into 15 minutes of tempo, and then do 5 sort of 1 minute efforts. And these efforts are pretty maximal, but they're not like full gas. It's more kind of using cadence to drive power, get the heart rate spiked a little bit. But yeah, again, not full gas efforts, not trying to set 1 minute power records the day before the race.
Yeah, so I mean, we're on the opening climb here. Tell me a little bit about this effort.
Yeah, tomorrow, this one's spicy. I think it's where a lot of us set our 2 minute power records for the year. Pretty much a full-on drag race from the start to try to get the whole shot and position yourself well going into that first downhill. Alrighty, first tempo about to go down. So we'll do 15 minutes. Kind of start at the bottom of the zone, and throughout the effort, just kind of ride into it a little bit. I think on openers, it's less about going off power, more about going off feel. So don't really shoot for like certain power numbers, just kind of do what feels like tempo and ride into it if you got it.
That was a really long 15 seconds.
I said 50.
Oh, that makes sense.
5-0.
Okay, so tempo's done. When you're out doing this, first of all, do you always do this on course?
I think it's a little bit course dependent. A race like Sea Otter that's somewhat technical, it's nice to also kind of use the openers as a opportunity to see the course at speed. So yeah, like Sea Otter, a little more technical. I'll do openers on course. Something like Unbound, I may not be as fussed about doing it on course. Sometimes it's just easier to go find yourself a nice quiet road and rip your openers. So very course dependent for me.
And then like, you seem very casual about this. Are we not following like a 15 minutes on, 10 off? You're just kind of like rolling with the punches here?
A little bit. I like to, so yeah, like the 1 minute intervals, for example, we're not doing like X amount of time in between them. It's more kind of finding a piece of the course that I think it might be nice to do an effort on. Like we just did one on 1 minute kind of gradual climb that's always a little hard, so it's nice to see it at speed. But yeah, taking roughly 3 to 5 minutes in between them. It's not like a very structured, you got to do these every 3 minutes kind of thing, unless you want to make it that way.
question, like, since it is a 90-mile day tomorrow with 10,000 feet of climbing, I imagine you don't want to empty the tank, so do you shoot on the higher side of what you would normally do for a ride like this?
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, being tomorrow's the big day, doing a little bit of carbo loading today, and I think using time on the bike is still important to be carbo loading. Obviously, we're not riding super hard today, but it'll still be a 1,200, 1,300-ish calorie workout. So unless you got to be eating a lot to not put yourself in a hole coming off the ride. So yeah, definitely fueling a bit on the heavy side today, more than I normally would for a ride like this. So yeah, somewhere around 100 to 120 grams of carbs for the opener workout.
And then, like you said, you know, a lot of people are like, you're talking about not digging too deep of a hole before the race, but like a 2-hour ride is kind of a lot for some people. Like, what do you recommend for, I don't know, like your normal person doing some openers in terms of time-wise?
Yeah, I mean, openers, definitely the goal is you don't want to get home and just be knackered and need to take a time out on the couch for a while. So I think it's listening to your body, staying within yourself. I think most people, somewhere around an hour and a half is more than plenty for these. And truly, I think doing openers depends on what your goal is in the race. Like, if you're more looking just to finish, maybe it's best to skip openers and just use the day before the race to recover, to get more out of it. I think openers are for when you really want to be like digging deep and going for some sort of like performance and power related goal in the race, I would say.
Priming the engine for the performance.
Priming the engine, blowing the cobwebs out.
And now we're on the raceway. Coach, should I attack Carrie right now? I wouldn't do it, man. It'd be bad for your ego. Dude, this is a brutal ender.
It is. Yo, yo. Good, how you doing? Come. Left the door wide open. Amateur hour.
Could be the move, though. And then I pull you into the finish.
Sure. Set you up for a little bait and switch. Gotcha. Looks.
Look at those looks. A good looking bike if I ever saw one. Can you imagine if there was a drinking game that the look guys played where every time somebody made a look joke, they had to drink?
It wouldn't look good for a lot of people. All right, so there's a look at the openers I do before race day. I think it's important to remember that openers aren't about going out and smashing yourself. It's about just kind of getting the engine primed for race day. Now for me, it's legs up the rest of the day. Just gonna chill in the air conditioning, get some carbs in me, and get out there on race day tomorrow.